Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. And today I have hopefully a short, I don't plan to do a long video on this, but a video where I go through the Eternatus team that I managed to get. I think I peaked at 1750 on PS. And for me, I was quite happy with this because Eternatus is one of my favorite legendaries. So yeah, quickly just go through and maybe one or two games at the end to try and showcase how it works. So Eternatus. Now, first of all, let's do the spread. The spread is to outspeed Pokemon that has speed crept Thunderous. So I think no, it can't be that. I know there was a reason I put 182 at some point, but I'm not sure which mons at 180 that I was like speed creeping at the time. Oh well, it doesn't matter. This is the spread anyways. So max special attack. The HP and defense makes it so we comfortably actually live a hit from max attack adamant Sashin's Behemoth Blade, which is insane in my opinion. And Dynamax Cannon and Flamethrower. I don't click many other moves, to be honest. The Sludge Bomb and Flash Cannon is practically just filler because it is specs and we cannot Dynamax. So if Eternatus could have Dynamax, I probably would have put like a different move than Flash Cannon, maybe Protect, just to have the option to max guard. But seeing that it cannot Dynamax, that is not needed. The specs with Dynamax Cannon makes it so if mons like Charizard, Thundurus, Landorus, Therian form does not have an Assault Vest or is not behind screens, Dynamax Cannon is just a straight up KO, which is what appeals to me the most, like when using this team, because people will see the lead and they were like, oh, nothing to worry about, we'll live in anyways, and then they just max those mons and they just straight up KO'd. To support Eternatus, I decided firstly I wanted Indeedee for Follow Me, and last time I used Eternatus, I think it was Series 9, and back then I had Whimsicott with Fake Tears next to Eternatus. Now, yeah, now I remember. The 182 is to outspeed Colossal at max speed, or max speed Colossal with Steam Engine under Tailwind. So technically I could probably have done something with this, as Colossal is not too common at the moment and I'm not running Tailwind, but this spread has worked so far, so I'm like, why change a winning spread? Yeah, back to Indeedee. Now, I didn't want Whimsicott this time. So instead I wanted still a mon that could preferably use Helping Hand to boost up the hits from Eternatus. So I landed on Indeedee because one, it's immune to Caloric Shadow, Astral Barrage, and resist any psychic type attacks, which Eternatus is weak to. And the spread itself, this is what I've gone with. Usually just max in defense, and then Psychic Seed. So this as well lives any type of Zacian Behemoth Blade at +1. It lives Water Spout from Full Health Kyogre if it's not Specs, I believe. I'm not too sure about that. But usually this mon takes a hit, which benefits Eternatus and all the other mons as well. Especially if we need like to set up an Airstream to outspeed something like a Zacian on the next turn. So yeah, moveset, pretty explanatory. Expanding Force to do some damage, Helping Hand to boost up Dynamax Cannon most of the time. That is one combination I've seen, like I have done a lot, Helping Hand, Dynamax Cannon. And it's very funny to me because if people lead, say like Incin and Thunderous, then they expect like, oh, most likely hitting into the Thunderous with the Dynamax Cannon, and then they just go for Protect. And switching out Incin with Parting Shot and into Zacian. And then they go Dynamax on Thunderous and still get knocked out by Helping Hand into Dynamax Cannon, because now they expect to live a Dynamax Cannon, but because they are not Assault Vest and don't have a light screen, they just get smacked. Yeah, Psychic Seed to boost the special defense, which helps living, as I said, Water Spout from Kyogre. Now, one of the main weaknesses to... Technically, I should move you up here because I want to do you next. One of the main weaknesses to Eternatus is mons like Groudon and Calyrex Shadow Rider with ground type attacks and psychic type attacks. So I decided I wanted something to help with that. So Yveltal was chosen as the second restricted. Because I have Life Orb Regieleki, I decided to go with Assault Vest. And no Sucker Punch or Foul Play. I just went all out special, max special attack with enough speed to outspeed max speed Landorus Therian form, which peaks at 157. And also like max speed Kyogre and Groudon hits 156. So after, for example, a Electro Web from Regieleki, Yveltal outspeed even Scarf Kyogre. And then I can go for Snarl to lower that special attack. And also Heat Wave for Zacian, that I think might have taken a lot of people by surprise if they know the Life Orb is on Regieleki, or they assume my Yveltal is Assault Vest. I don't think they expect a Heat Wave, because I think that is not normal to run, but Zacian is otherwise usually such a big nuisance that I decided I wanted Heat Wave anyways. Oblivioning and Dark Pulse is Yveltal's best stab move, so that's why we run that. Yeah, I think that's that. Incin, spread first. I'm gonna try and be a little bit consistent with the order of talking through the mons. The spread here, first in the defense, is to live a Zacian close combat at neutral. And this spread was built for another team, but I decided, again, if it works, why change it? So yeah, I decided to keep it this way, and just split the rest. I think Flare Blitz or 92 in attack made it so Flare Blitz is a one-shot to non-bulky Sajin. I'm not sure. I know it was either Sajin or Calyrex, I think. Like max HP Calyrex or non-bulky Sajin. I would say non-bulky Sajin is the most likely, as Calyrex is too dumb when it comes to bulk. And I just put the rest in Spadef and the 4 leftover EVs in speed. Normally I usually run safety goggles on Ensign, but Groudon is such a problem that I decided to go Shuckaberry instead. Yeah, and the moveset is standard, I think, for non-self-vested ones. I mean, standard Insect can run so much. Like I've seen Snarl, Burning Jealousy, Throat Chop. I like Dark Slavet over Throat Chop because this doesn't, or Dark Slavet ignores stat changes on the target. Next we have Regieleki. As I said, Life Orb Physical Eleki, and don't remember why I added this in the first place, but I know I needed something that could do a lot of damage into Kyogre, and yeah, I do remember, because I kind of wanted something for speed control, and obviously something to, as I said, knock out Kyogre. And Physical Eleki in electric terrain without any drops or opposing opponent having Reflect up, a Max Lightning just destroys Sashin. Actually, so just a straight up one shot, which is amazing in my opinion. And also I think and opposing Yveltals also became a problem with the 4 I had first. So Regieleki is there also for the Yveltal matchup. Spread, pretty straightforward. I run max speed because I don't want to be outsped by other Regielekis. I'd rather have that. I have a 50-50 instead of being outsped every time. And then the moves: Electro, Wild Charge, Bounce, and Protect. I could have run Assurance to get the special defense drop when Regieleki is maxed, but I decided the Bounce was more important. Then finally, I added Golisopod. Now, Golisopod is one, I think, after Turtonator, one of my favorite mons from Gen 7. And when I was looking at this team, I was like, other than Incineroar, Calyrex Ice Rider is a problem. So I decided to go with a water type, and the bug typing here as well makes it so I hit Calyrex Calyrex Ice Rider for super effective with leech life, and it lowers special attack for potentially like Calyrex Shadow Riders or Dialga and such. Not that Golisopod has been maxed a lot, but it happens because if so emergency exit do proc even if we're Dynamax. So if we go under half and our Dynamax, it acts like an eject button. You just get swapped out. Doesn't matter how many turns of Dynamax you have left. But if Golisopod is one of the last 2 months on your team, Golisopod can max without having to worry to be swapped out because there's nothing to swap in for it in the back. So this became my trick room counter, sort of. I don't have min speed because the one I have bred in game is max IVs. So this is my actual spread in game. Otherwise I would probably go 0, which makes it so I outspeed Calyrex, Ice Rider in Trick Room. The spread, just max attack for obvious reasons, and then just rest in physical bulk. I started with Vacanberry for Regielekis and Thundurus, but decided Koba was more useful as there are more max airstreams over max lightnings in the format at the moment. Moveset, Leech Life to hit Calyrex, Ice Rider super effective. Also, possibility to heal up some HP. Aqua Jet and Liquidation for stab water type attacks. Aqua Jet is a very nice priority. And then Wide Guard because Calyrex, Ice Rider, Glacial Lance, Shadow Rider, Astral Barrage, Precipice Blades, Water Spout, all these moves that just are spammable get stopped by Wide Guard. So seeing that I didn't have any other moves to put there, I decided Wide Guard was the best option. So yeah, that's the squad. I think I covered most of the bases. So maybe let's take it for a spin. I can show you like my builder is like disgusting at the moment, but I had like 11 types of I tried with Solgaleo too. That is, we can just remove that because it's not even that good. But I tried like so many different versions, and the main core of Eternatus, Indeedee, Incin, Regieleki, and Yveltal is on most of them. And I think like Eternatus, Indeedee, Yveltal, Incin is on all of them. Except the first one. So yeah, let's take it for a spin. Let's see if we can manage to get it work. This team is decent up to like 1600s, I believe. Because up until that point, the opponent seeing this would be like, oh, I can just Dynamax in front of this. And they just get destroyed. Usual lead is just into the Eternatus. I'd say Yveltal looks good here. And I kinda want Regieleki for the Zard, but I think I'm gonna go Incin. Incin actually has become sort of a max option for this team as well. I'm currently sitting at 1641. This guy is 1605. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah. So, we can take a Precipice Blades. The thing is, I don't know if most likely we'll just go for Sleep Powder and Precipice Blades. Given that, I should probably have gone like Yveltal, but indeed, oof. Oh well. Yeah, let's do that. Just Dynamax Cannon into the Venu. Yeah, Sleep Powder. Sashed. Crit don't matter, I think. Now Expanding Force and just Dynamax Cannon the Venu again. Yeah, for that reason. Now we would have taken that. So it's actually more. It's worse for him that we have that we missed, or that he missed the Sleep Powder. Because that matters more. But yeah, we would have taken the Precipice Blades. So I might have. I don't know if I would have double swapped, to be honest. Let's do one more. But yeah, Specs Eternatus just destroys lives if you cannot keep it in check. But also, I think his lead was better than mine. Should have gone Indeedee Yveltal. I would probably do that. If this was a best of 3, I would have gone Indeedee Yveltal, I think, in game 2. Now, this is interesting. I kind of want to do Yveltal with Ensign, and then Eternatus, and kind of want to go Goliath, to be honest. You don't do much into anything. I think let's do Goliath just because we can. Now this is not too bad. Now who did go up first? So Yveltal is faster, so I'm gonna go for Snarl and just. And this actually had pressure, so Zoroark is not on the field at the moment because pressure was shown and Psychic Surge came up. So Snarling and I think I'm just gonna Parting Shot. See, now we can go into Golisopod. On the Trick Room, that's fine. Let's Snarl again. And just Leech Life, I think, into Indeedee. Oh, okay. Snarling again. Let's switch into Ensign and Wide Guard. Prevent Precipice Blades potential. Oh, Sword Stance. Parting Shot into Groudon, and I could max the Golisopod later. But I'm just gonna do Wide Guard, I think. Switch back into Yveltal. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. I could go back into Ensign. We are protected by Wide Guard. That's a forfeit. Oh, I think that And I want to end it off there because it was such a good game, in my opinion. I not played this good in a while, but hopefully this showcases that this team is very decent, and the emergency exit actually procced at the perfect time. So yeah, I think that will be it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and maybe see you guys next time.